Drug Dealers Anonymous.
Y'all don't know, Tim Allen snitched on a lot of people to avoid a lot of jail time. Look at this, look at his mugshot.
Look, he's like, yo.
That's a snitch mustache right there.
He's like, yo, he's smiling. He's like, yo, y'all all going to jail.
Tim Allen gave my name to the feds in 1978.
You served time in prison, didn't you?
Good, bring that up. Yes, I did. What about it?
For something about 650 grams of cocaine you were found with or something?
Jesus, yes!
Tim Allen, born Tim Allen Dick, was born on June 13th, 1953 in Denver, Colorado. He had a normal middle-class upbringing, and he attended Ernest W. Seaholm High School in Birmingham, Michigan, where he discovered his passion for comedy and performing. After high school, he enrolled at Western Michigan University, where he studied television production and earned a degree in communication. During his college years, Allen began experimenting with stand-up comedy, performing at local clubs. During this time, he also turned to a life of crime to get money, to pay his bills, and help fund his career. Before he ever got the role as Santa Claus, he played in a different type of snow. He sold cocaine. He mostly sold cocaine on campus to college kids in Kalamazoo on the west side during the hippie days of the 1970s. His days as a drug dealer would come to an end when he was busted at the Kalamazoo airport with over a pound of cocaine in his duffel bag on October 2nd, 1978. With the 650 lifer law in effect at that time, he was looking at life in prison without parole.
Life?
The 650 lifer law was overturned in 1998, but that same law kept white boy Rick, an undercover drug informant turned drug dealer, in jail for over 30 years.
White boy Rick is released from a Florida halfway house.
Tonight, we are speaking exclusively with his fiancée about Rick Worshey Jr. being a free man for the first time in more than 32 years. His saga started back in 1983 when he became the youngest FBI informant in history at the age of 14. In 1987, he was arrested for possessing cocaine and sentenced to life in prison in 1988.
Worshey Jr. was released from a Michigan prison in 2017, then sent to a Florida halfway house.
Looking at life in prison, Allen chose to work with the feds to get a lighter sentence.
Snitch. Name? Père Noël. Babo Natali. Père Nicole.
He told everything he knew, which led to over 24 narco busts. He served just over 2 years in prison at a federal correction institute in Sandstone, Minnesota, but got paroled in 1981 for his cooperation, in other words, snitching. He told on so many people that they even made a parody portraying the people that he snitched on.
Tim Allen gave my name to the feds in 1978. He did just over 2 years for drug trafficking. I did 30.
Those first years locked up, I was in a dark place. I wanted to hurt Tim the Rat Allen.
Every day was a struggle to stay alive, to stay sane, all because Tim Allen ratted me out. But home improvement got me through it all. I was consumed by rage. I wanted Tim Allen dead. Then I watched Home Improvement. I understood Tim Allen had to rat us out. He had to do it to become the tool man, and I thank God he did.
If Tim Allen didn't create Home Improvement, I never would have survived Tim Allen sending me to maximum security prison. You spend a lot of time by yourself in prison. It's up to you how you use it. You can dwell on your hatred of Tim Dennis did at Allen, or you can move on like Al Borland did each time his clothes got sucked off by a snowblower on reverse.
When the tool man bonked his nuts, it gave me a path to follow. Tim the traitor Allen put me away, but Tim the toolman Taylor showed me the way.
One day, a guard tells me I have a special visitor. It's Tim. Hey, FBI, Dennis sells drugs. Allen himself. I was shocked. What was I gonna say to him? Did he come to apologize? Explain himself? What he said, I'll never forget. He said, "Oh!" As someone who wouldn't have made it out of prison without Home Improvement, that was so special. Of course, I forgive Tim Allen.
Tim normally does not talk publicly about his time in prison, but he opened up a little while on Mark Maron podcast, WTF with Mark Maron, and this is what he had to say.
You were heading into a life of crime? Yeah, I didn't realize that's what I was doing. You know, it went. You get into it, it's like I relate to those movies where all of a sudden you turn around and go, "Am I going to be doing this the rest of my life?" and it's a terribly stressful existence.
What crime?
Drugs.
Yeah, but you were drinking and drugging at the time too.
Well, I did. It's odd that movie Scarface.
Yeah,
did everything that he said. Don't get greedy and don't do your own stuff.
Right, and you did both.
That was the two things he said.
Yeah.
And remember, he was meet my little friend. I didn't have a machine gun, but I eventually succumbed to it, where I was getting greedy and I was doing my own stuff. And I don't say this lightly. And anybody who's been incarcerated, it's surprising what the human being will get used to.
Yeah.
And eventually, after 8 months, I got used to it. There was okay times.
We all heard the saying, snitching get you stitches, but in Tim Allen's case, snitching got him riches. Following his release, Allen made a commitment to turn his life around, and he moved to Los Angeles to pursue his dream. He began performing stand-up comedy again, eventually catching the attention of talent scouts, and landed various TV appearances. This led to his breakthrough role on the sitcom Home Improvement as Tim the Two-Man Tailor, which launched his career. Allen has appeared in various films, including The Santa Claus, Galaxy Quest, and Wild Hogs. He also has performed voiceover work for animated films like Toy Story, where he voiced the character Buzz Lightyear.
To infinity and beyond.
He has received several awards and nominations for his performances, and he is a beloved figure in the entertainment industry. Being able to rise to stardom after going to prison and making millions in the entertainment industry with no repercussions from snitching, I think it's safe to say that Tim Allen got the last laugh.